CEO of Kalpa Impact. And under the guidance of Additional Secretary Sir Abhishek Singh, we looked at the entire ecosystem of how startups in India, both for-profits as well as non-profits, are having population scale impact while building on AI. And it was a labor of love for the Kalpa Impact team in partnership with India AI, supported and guided by Mr. Anshul Singhal, GM Startups, and constantly receiving a steer from Abhishek Singh sir. So what we have put together, we will release it today as a repository, as a coffee table book, as a guide for funders, investors, for governance enthusiasts who can utilize this compendium to learn more about what is possible when AI is localized for context-specific use cases in service of people. And that's what we have tried to document here. And the goal today is to release this book, release of this book by AS Sir. And I'll take you through some of the insights that we see through this book. But without further ado, let me first begin by handing over to Abhishek Singh sir, who can release the book and make it available for public and say a few words. Sir.
Yeah. So, thank you, Sushant and Anshul and this entire Kalpa team, which worked with the India AI team to compile this stories of startups which are building impactful AI solutions. Because ultimately, we all have been talking about how AI can be scaled up, the whole infrastructure story, data center story, foundation models, data sets, and all core components are required for building AI. But ultimately, the question comes in, and when you talk to a common person on the street, he will say that ये सब तो ठीक है, AI से मेरा क्या होगा? Ultimately, in what ways it will benefit? In what ways it can impact citizens to access services better? In what ways we can make healthcare better accessible? In what ways we can improve the lives of farmers? In what ways we can make education easy to access? So there are several startups who are working in these fields. Some of them have made impactful solutions. And very often, those who are looking at identifying solutions, scaling them up, want to, instead of need to connect to where the solutions are, if they've already been built in, how they have performed, whether they are at a pilot stage, whether they are proof of concept stage, how do we scale it up? So that's the work that we need to do. But the first exercise therein, can we have a list of solutions which have already been deployed? And then assess their performance, try to see whether they meet the desired goals, whether they are at that stage, whether they are mature enough that they can be scaled up. So to do that part, the entire application development part, and very often we see that ultimately for a country like India, AI will really benefit if we can make use cases in every sector. Every sector, like for example, if there is a agri advisory service for a farmer, Maharashtra has done the Mahavistar project in which farmers can access information in their own languages. Can we scale that up across all languages? And not only 22 official languages, but we have numerous dialects. Can we bring in those nuances there? Can we make the datasets more richer? In fact, that would require a lot of effort to doing that. So towards that objective, this compilation across sectors, I have gone through the list. It has got some real good use cases, which are very impactful. What we need to do now is to ensure that this compendium reaches every government department, because they are also looking at exploring AI. While the exhibition here is showcasing some of them, but these exhibitions are for a limited period. Real action with regard to identifying ways and means for scaling it up will happen in the days to come. So how do you go about that? How do you read about them? How do you understand who has developed the solution? How do you know what benefit this solution is bringing in? So this is what this compendium seeks to do, making a list of impactful solutions and enabling to work out a strategy for scaling that up. So I compliment the entire Kalpa team, the entire MeitY team, which worked towards compiling this, and also the startup champions who have been featured here, because they are the ones who will carry the task forward And if India has to become a use case capital, they will need to build, scale up their impactful solutions. And if 100 solutions have been listed here, if in the next 12 to 18 months, if we can scale up even 10 of them, it will be a step forward. So I once again thank Sushant and your entire team for this initiative, and let's work forward after the summit in trying to see how we can scale these up. So thank you once again, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anshul, may I request you to say a few words?
Yeah, Chan, thanks so much. We've seen a lot of subdued use cases coming out of this book. And in India AI, we have a very structured program to actually enable and promote startups both in the application pillar, as I mentioned, and also we have this global program where we are encouraging startups to go to global markets. So the idea is, made in India for the world. And we have seen some very successful platforms in the last 1 year who have been able to do that. So through this compendium, and there are a lot of startups which are showcased in the expo area and in the Mighty Pavilion, I encourage all of you to go and have a look at them. And we will certainly focus on getting some of these out and to the mass market. We have ourselves seen a lot of these use cases being implemented in many states with wonderful results. So that is our plan and our focus. And under Sir's guidance, we plan to enhance this list to more startups, encourage more. And of course, a lot of government departments are looking for solutions in AI. And we intend to take this to all government departments. We are already in the process, and hopefully we'll be able to cover that within 1 year. Thank you.
Thank you, Anshul. And just to remind everyone what this book is about, there are 110 organizations, impact organizations across India who have been profiled. 97 of them are for-profit startups, while 13 are the ones which operate on a non-profit basis. And this book has foreword by Secretary Sir Shri S. Krishnanji, by Abhishek Singh Sir, and also with some of the support of the philanthropies which has made this book possible. And you will see a rich set of 8 insights that we have collated across this entire sample of 110. And we have been amazed at the breadth of the work that has been happening across the AI startup space. And I would really like to congratulate the METI team for supporting the startups. So close to 50 startups featured here have received some form of support from METI and some sort of form of guidance from METI, and many of who you will see in the expo area as well. So it's not just early stage impact, but growth stage as well, and those are making waves across the exhibition and across the world. I'd very quickly like to recount 8 things that stood out to us. The first is, you would see the regular sectors, health tech, agri-tech, ed-tech represented. But we also now see a breadth of long tail of innovative new sectors like justice tech, waste management, foundation models, data labeling. All of these are new and innovative use cases that are not happening anywhere in the world, but focusing on India, on Indian needs and what people here need. Second, voice and computer vision. Very much speaking to what contexts the country operates in, the challenges that we face on ground working with more than 1 billion people, and therefore that reflects in how our startups are operating here. And then when startups build not just for the cities, but for Bharat, they find scale. And you will see examples of that in this book. What we were really excited about is that our startups have started going global. So close to 47% of early stage ventures have global ambitions. And by the growth stage, some 68% are operating internationally. So it's not just in India, they're building in India, innovating in India, but also taking it abroad, which is a great source of national pride as well as business opportunity, market opportunity for us. WhatsApp as an AI adoption channel, which is less explored right now, but is emerging as a medium for large scale and at scale distribution. Government partnerships. Many of these startups have been supported either through government partnerships by funding, in-kind support, or also partnering through contracts. And that has been really, really helpful. And last 2, I would call out, that foundation model building, which was the purview of a very few set of countries. We used to talk about US only being able to do it, China, but now India is building foundation models, India is building the infrastructure that is being utilized. And last but not the least is the edge innovation, where you are not connected to the internet, operating in low connectivity, but AI at the edge is something that's a phenomena using hardware which AI startups are exploring. So with that, I would welcome you to explore this book. There are copies here, and we will distribute more copies there as well. And would like to conclude by saying a big thank you to India AI Mission, to the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and very particularly to ASR Abhishek Singh ji for supporting us, guiding us, and bringing this repository of impact startups to life. Thank you. Thank you, sir.